morning, children. We'll start with a new lesson today. Coastal plains and islands. It is in social science. Coastal plains and islands. It was getting chilly in Delhi. Chilly means what? It was very cold. Where? In Delhi it was very cold. Maybe it is a winter season, so it was very cold. The weather forecast in the newspaper suggested that the cold winds coming from the Himalayas are going to bring down their temperature by several degrees. So what is said here? The weather forecast in the newspaper. Normally you see in the newspaper it comes, on TV it comes, even in radio it comes. No? So they will be saying that today it will be very cloudy, or today it may rain, or tomorrow it may rain. Or sometimes there may be a storm that may continue for 3 days or 1 week, like that. No, so many things they say in the weather forecast that will be given in the newspaper. It will be said on TV as well as on radio also. You can listen to that. So that is what here the weather forecast in the newspaper suggested that the cold winds coming from the Himalayas are going to bring down the temperature by several degrees. Means the existing temperature is coming down. Now for example, if it is 32 degree, it may come down to 25, 26 degree. That is the meaning, coming down of the temperature. So what is said here? The cold winds coming from the Himalayas are going to bring down the temperature by several degrees. Many degrees it will be less. That means it will be still cold. That's the meaning here. It will be still cold. Delhi is going to be freezing soon. So what is said? Delhi will be freezing soon means it will go down. It may go up to very low temperature, maybe 10 degree, 11 degree, 12 degrees, like that. It is very cold. 10, 11, 12 and all will be very cold. So it is said Delhi may become freezing. See, Delhi is going to be freezing soon. Our only respite, the Christmas holidays. So here this student or the child is saying that we have got only the Christmas holidays. Christmas, when does it come? It is in the month of December. And what will be the season that time? It will be winter, isn't it? It will be very cold. So this child is saying our only respite, the Christmas holidays. Oh God, we have got Christmas holidays. This is the only time we can go for outing, for a picnic, for a tour. We decided to pack our bags and go to some place warmer. So what happened? So now they decided, first they wanted to go to Delhi, then understood, because of the weather forecast, they understood it is very cold and it may go down, the temperature may go down. Then these children may not be able to withstand those temperatures, isn't that cold temperature. Na? So what is that child is saying? So we have already planned to go for a tour, on a tour. So let us go to some warmer place, not to the cold place, let us go to some warmer place. Immediately what happened? Kerala. My sister and I spoke in unison, God's own country. So immediately what they said, when she said that we have to go to warm place, her sister also said, yes, let us go to Kerala. Why? Kerala will not be very cold. Even in winter also it will not be very cold. So they said, okay, Kerala. My sister and I spoke in unison. That means both of them at a time they said, yes, we will go to Kerala. What is Kerala called as? God's own country. So Kerala is called as God's own country because of all that nature's beauty. Full beautiful sceneries and other things and different types of temples, everything is there. So it is called as especially as, especially in Kerala what is grown? The coconut trees. More and more number of coconut trees everywhere you can see. Riverside you can see, beaches you can see, everywhere you can see. So because of that scenery it is called as God's own country. So I had already started daydreaming about the blue water of the Arabian Sea that blends with the white sand on the seashores bordered by coconut and palm groves. So already when they use the word Kerala itself, this child, what happened? The child started dreaming about it. As if the child has gone to Kerala and she is watching everything. So she started imagining, she started dreaming. What is that dreaming she is doing? About the blue water of the Arabian Sea. To the west, what is there? Arabian Sea is there, isn't it? So she started looking, just started thinking of the blue water of Arabian Sea that blends with the white sand on the seashores. Color of the water is blue, and when it comes, when the waves come and dashes to the seashore. What happens? What type of color sand is there? It is white color. White sand on the seashores. Bordered by coconut and palm groves. So the whole border where the water is meeting the land, that place where the water meets land, now that land place, it is covered with what? It is covered with coconut and palm groves, palm tree, coconut tree and palm tree. The idea of watching the sunset and the ship disappearing into the horizon put me in a state of trance. So what happened? The idea of watching the sunset. So now this child wanted to see the sunset. So when you go to beach and all, especially in Kanyakumari, you can see the sunset very good. So here what happens? This child started imagining even about the sunset. So the idea of watching the sunset and a ship disappearing. The ship will be moving and moving and moving. To a long distance you can see the ship. Afterwards what happens? You never see the ship. So ship will be moving, but you are not able to see that distance, no? So you feel that the ship is already disappeared. Means it has vanished. So the idea of watching the sunset and a ship disappearing into the horizon put me in a state of trance. Means I was feeling so happy about imagining the full nature, the beauty of the nature of Kerala. With one of the longest coastlines in the world, India has few of the most charming, alluring and dazzling sandy beaches. So, if you just take all the coastlines in the world, India is also having a very nice sand beaches. Beaches means what? Where the sea is there and the seashore will be fully covered with sand, and that place is called as beach. It's covered with sand and that place is called as beach, the seashore. Next. The southern plateau is bordered by a thin strip of coastal plains on the west and on the east. So the southern plateau is also present where is bordered by a thin strip of coastal plains. Plateau is bordered by coastal plains. Coastal plains means the seashores. Okay? On the west and on the east. So both the sides you can see the sea, which is covering with the coastal plains, the seashore. Between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats lie the western coastal plains. So in between the Arabian Sea, that is in the west part, and the Western Ghats. The Arabian Sea is also there and the Western Ghats are also there. They lie in the western coastal plains. Between the Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghats, Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghats, that is in the eastern side there is Bay of Bengal. Then the western side there is Arabian Sea. So in the eastern side, Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghats lie the eastern coastal plains. So the coastal plains are where? In between the Bay of Bengal, that is the sea or ocean, and then the Eastern Ghats. Between that you find the eastern coastal plains. Remember, a coastal plain is a flat. What is a coastal plain? See, they have given here. It is a flat, low-lying piece of land. It is down, low-lying piece of land that is situated next to the sea. It is next to the sea or ocean. Just next to the sea or ocean, whatever the plain land is there, that is what we call it as a coastal plain. The western coastal plains and the eastern coastal plains meet at Kanyakumari. Especially where are they going to meet? They are going to meet in Kanyakumari. So that's what I said. The sunset of Kanyakumari looks so beautiful. It is very, very beautiful. So the southernmost tip of the peninsula. Where is this Kanyakumari? It is the southernmost tip of the peninsula and also the mainland of India. So it is present where? In the southern means south, completely to the south part, and it is also the mainland of India, which are Kanyakumari. So in addition, there are two groups of islands. What is island? Covered by water, isn't it? So that is called as island. So how many are there? There are two groups of islands. Where in the southern part? What are they? The Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Where it is? It is in the east part, Bay of Bengal. See? The Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal, eastern side. And the Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea island is Lakshadweep, west side. West side is Lakshadweep Island, which is at Lakshadweep in Arabian Sea. And there it is Andaman Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal, that is east side. So west and east side, both the sides you can see the islands covered with water. Importance of the coastal plains. So what are the importance of coastal plains? India has a long coastline. India has a long coastline means full you can see covered with water, isn't it? Especially the oceans. So it has got a long coastline. It stretches for about 7,500 kilometers. So importance of coastal plains. India has a long coastline. It stretches for about 7,500 kilometers from Gujarat in the west to West Bengal in the east. So what is this coastal plains you see here? India has a long coastline. It stretches for about 7,500 kilometers from Gujarat. From Gujarat it is 7,500 kilometers. Gujarat where it is? It's in the northern part of India. So it stretches for about 7,500 kilometers from Gujarat, from the north. In the west it is to west of Bengal in the east. Okay. So from Gujarat in the west to West Bengal in the east, the coastal plains are of a great advantage to our nation. So these coastal plains are very good and very profitable for our nation. Tons of goods can be brought into the country. So if you want to get materials from the other foreign countries to our country will not be having that. We want to get it from other countries. That is what we call it as import. If you are getting things from other foreign countries to our country, it is called as import. So if you want to get, see, tons of goods means some materials we are getting from foreign countries. Tons of goods can be brought into the country, means we can import as well as taken out of the country and sold to other nations. So we will be taking and we are, whatever we produce, that will be sold to the other foreign countries. What we give from our country, we are giving to other countries, it is export. We are getting from other countries to our country, it is called as import. Understood? So the coastal plains are of great advantage to our nation. Tons of goods can be brought into the country as well as taken out of the country and sold to other nations using ships. So if these coastal plains were not there, what would have happened? We would have not got ships and there would have been no mode of transportation on water. Okay. Because of this coastal plains, coastal lands, what happens? We are able to transport things through ships. And where do the ships go? Ships sail on the sea. The loading and unloading of goods takes place at ports. So where is this ports? It is on the seashores. In the seashores you find the ports. So what happens? Whatever the materials are coming from the foreign countries are also put into the port, and what we are sending also will be put into the port. It's on the seashore. So from there it will be put into the ship and the ship will be transporting to different countries. A large number of big and small ports have been developed all along the coastal plains for the growth of the national and international trade. So large number of big and small ports, small ports are there, big ports are there. Why it is developed? To put all your materials on the port and then transport it into the ship. So through ship it goes to different countries. Then, so it goes to the national and international trade. National means within our country. International means it goes to the foreign countries. Some areas along the coastal plains have deposits of mineral oil. So some areas, especially you can see in Gulf countries. There you see more amount of oil, crude oil, isn't it? So in some places coastal plains have deposits of mineral oil. Fishing is also an important occupation which adds to the economy of the people living in the coastal areas. Fishing. So how do they earn their livelihood and how do they get the more amount which accounts to the economy is they sell the fish, isn't it? And they have to pay the tax. So with all that, what is going to happen? The country will get more money through fishing. Coming to western coastal plains, the western coastal plains extend from the state of Gujarat to the southern state of Kerala. So from Gujarat where it is again to the northern part of the India, there is Gujarat, to southern state of Kerala. Where is Kerala? Kerala is in the south part of India. So the average width of the western plains is 50 kilometers. The western plain area, if you take it, is 50 kilometers. It is divided into 3 parts. So this has been the western coast plains has been divided into 3 parts. The Gujarat coast, where it is in the north, the Konkan coast and the Malabar coast. So from north to south you can see these different coasts like Gujarat coast, Konkan coast and the Malabar coast. So I'll stop it here, children. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.